By morning Chijiok was dead. His body lay cold in the forest, eyes wide open, and a strange bluish mark curled around his neck like a serpent. No weapon. No struggle. The local doctor called it a mysterious death, and the elders whispered that he had disturbed sacred ground. What happened to him, and why the mark appeared, is a mystery no one dares solve. If you're brave enough to uncover the secrets of Amukwu village, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss the terrifying truth. The day before the tragedy, Amukwu village had seemed ordinary, children playing near the stream, women carrying baskets of yams and peppers, and men finishing work in the fields. But as the sun dipped low, a strange stillness fell. Even the chickens stopped clucking. Smoke from the fires curled into the sky in unnatural spirals, and the forest at the edge of the village seemed darker, almost alive. The villagers whispered among themselves, "Something waits there. Something angry." At the center of the village lived the Ease family, father, mother, and 2 children. Known for their quiet generosity, they were respected by all. Yet a shadow had begun to hang over them. Their teenage son, Chijiok, had been seen near the abandoned shrine at the forest's edge, muttering to himself in a language that made no sense to anyone. Some said he had stumbled upon something he shouldn't have, something the ancestors did not want disturbed. Warnings from elders went unheeded. Curiosity, as it always does, ignored caution. That night, Mama Ease was cooking dinner when she felt a chill in the air. She paused and looked toward the open window. There, on the edge of the yard, a pale, distorted shadow hovered. It twisted and stretched as if it were breathing. She called out, her voice trembling, but the figure vanished. When she told her husband, he laughed nervously, brushing off her fears. "It's the wind, Mama." "Nothing more," he said. But Mama Ease knew, something was wrong. By morning the nightmare became real. Chijiok was gone, lifeless, marked, and mysterious. The villagers gathered at the edge of the forest, murmuring in fear. Some said it was a curse. Others said it was the work of evil spirits. There was no weapon, no sign of struggle. Only the bluish mark curling around his neck, cold to the touch and almost pulsating in the dim light. Before anyone could process the boy's death, Mr. Ease, the father, fell ill. It began with a fever, but overnight his condition worsened. By dawn he was lifeless, mouth open as if screaming, yet no sound had come out. The same bluish mark traced his wrists and ankles. Panic spread through Amukwu like wildfire. Families locked doors, children refused to leave the house, and mothers whispered desperate prayers into the night. Mama Ease tried to remain strong. She buried her son and husband, covering them with the white cloth used in village festivals, praying for mercy. But that night, whispers drifted through her room. The air turned icy, shadows twisted on the walls, and shapes appeared, like Chijiok and her husband, pointing toward the forest. Compelled by fear and grief, she followed them to the abandoned shrine. The shrine was overgrown with vines and moss, the stone idol at its center cracked and ancient. Its eyes, however, seemed to gleam with life. A blackened handprint covered its base, pulsating faintly like a heartbeat. The whispers became voices, speaking in a language she did not know but somehow understood. Justice, revenge, blood of the guilty. Terrified, Mama Ease ran home, but that night her daughter Ada disappeared. Villagers searched desperately, lanterns in hand, but by dawn only her shoes remained outside the front door. No footprints, no struggle, only the bluish mark etched faintly into the dirt. The village council convened immediately. Some said the shrine had been disturbed, angering the spirits. Others believed a malevolent force had taken revenge. Panic swept through Amukwu. Many abandoned their homes, fleeing to neighboring towns. But a few stayed, stubborn or curious, believing the events could be explained logically. Legends spread quickly. People whispered of the forest at night, lights flickering between the trees, whispers riding the wind, and shadows that moved even when no one was there. Villagers remembered the story of an old man who had stolen sacred items from the shrine decades ago and vanished mysteriously. Now it seemed history was repeating itself. Then a stranger arrived, a historian of African shrines. Calm yet unsettling, he examined the site. "The spirits are angry," he said softly, "but they are not blind. Someone has taken what was not theirs." He told Mama Ease about the shrine's history. A man long ago had stolen sacred items meant to remain untouched. Disturbing them cursed not only the thief but their bloodline. The spirits demanded balance, and they had begun collecting payment. Mama Ease tried to resist, praying and offering gifts. But the next dawn she was gone. Villagers approaching the Ease compound saw only a thin mist hovering over the house, swirling as if alive. A faint voice, crying for vengeance, echoed through the fog. Days turned to weeks. The remaining villagers stayed indoors after sundown, fearful of the forest and the shrine. Some claimed to hear footsteps on the roof, whispers outside windows, and soft crying from the trees. Mothers warned children not to speak too loudly, lest the spirits notice. Those brave enough to walk near the shrine during the day reported the air turning cold, the wind carrying faint chanting, and the shadows of figures moving without bodies. Months later, a traveling merchant claimed he saw a ghostly procession. Chijioke, Mr. Ease, and Ada, walking silently through the forest at midnight, their eyes glowing faintly. No one could explain it. Some believed the family had become spirits trapped between the forest and the village, forced to wander forever as guardians or warnings. Years passed. Amukwu village became a place of caution. Children were taught never to approach the forest shrine. Travelers whispered of flickering lights, shadows moving impossibly, and a chill that pierced even the warmest nights. Occasionally, screams carried by the wind could be heard from the forest, a warning to anyone daring to disturb sacred places. The shrine itself vanished without explanation, but the blackened handprint remained in the earth, visible only to those who dared step too close. Villagers insisted that anyone who touched the sacred soil without permission would vanish, their bloodline cursed. Visitors to the village say that on moonless nights, they can hear whispers, soft, urgent, accusing. They speak of wrongs committed, of greed, of disobedience to the ancestors. And if you stand still and listen long enough, you might hear it, a voice calling your name from the forest, warning you that the spirits remember. The forest never forgets. The shrine waits. The spirits watch. And if you think you can take what is not yours, the next scream might just be yours. This story is inspired by real events that happened in Amukwu village, Enugu State, Nigeria. If you've ever heard about this incident or know details about the family or the mysterious events, share what you know in the comments below. Your insights could help uncover the truth behind this chilling mystery.